Yeah, true, díselo. Presión lo controle, presión lo controle. Harto.
Ya, harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tú viste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde están. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Hey, harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tú viste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde están. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Hey, patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Yo estoy con la mía, papi, ¿dónde más? Tu anda muy creció, papi, ¿dónde vas? No venga judío, casa de alemán. Pa' ti difícil, pa' mí tan fácil. Un hit con DC y otro con Brasil. Porque así trabaja junto a mi team. Cabeza fría, corte Materazzi. Yipi, yipi, ya, yipi, yipi, ya. Toda tu gang solo títeres. Pegados a uno por interés. Yo con los reales, mis tigres. La facha demuestra la nitidez. Parecemos modelos de Pinterest. Que me conoce, que ni sé qué. Papi, respétate en límites. ¿Dónde están? No sé tú. Yo alejado del revolú. Estoy parchado con toda mi crew, jugando FIFA y ganando true. ¿Dónde está? No sé tú. Yo alejado del revolú. Estoy parchado con toda mi crew, jugando FIFA y ganando true. En la calle se mueven los Philly. Walter White controla la Kimi. Tú pides los deseos, que yo soy el dueño de la rosa y la verde flow Timmy. Me voy a pegar sin un remix. Quiero salir en el show de Jimmy, con ropa ancha como Billy, parchándome una retro mini. Harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tuviste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde están. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Harto de matar patos. Presume su mierda pero no es para tanto. Yo hago trap hardcore, papi no canto. Con lo que tuviste yo limpio mis zapatos, pato. Tanto trap, ¿dónde están? No sé dónde están. Me preguntan si canto, nah. Patada en la cara, like canto, nah. Hey.
Wow. Lo único que he cambiado en mí es que me siento tan real, estoy tan exclusivo. Trampos o trampa, trap explosivo. El spray con la codeína. Esa flaquita me sigue desde que tenía 16. Latino europeo es mi sangre, hoy desperté very hungry. Como te explico, tengo mucha hambre. En este género en lit, estoy pegándote hit. De Barcelona a París, de Canadá para ti. Nada me para, si dos me ampara. Toda mi familia está bien aquí, ey. Son de Carolina, la gata más fina. Milano en Canarias, ragazzo te pira. No ronca conmigo, te tengo en la mira. Tu fecha de vencimiento se expira. ¿Por qué? Andamos caliente, corte de Cali. Así son las cosas aquí. Del mundo soy VIP, del mundo soy VIP. En Canadá con mi estilo sureño. De palabra cumpliendo todos mis sueños. Pies en el suelo, mirada para el cielo, camino piola prendiendo los leños. Todos los peños metemos y los saco. Desde pequeño me amo los pacos. Diseño bueno, vuelvo y lo remato. Enseño si quiero, transcribo relatos. Y el lato para relajar, solo para no estar malo, para regalar, mejor va lejos llegar. Hey, hey, otra nota astral hasta que me pueda pegar. Solo que me voy a buscar, no confío en nadie, solo en family. Estoy con mi gang, estoy con mi game. Escribimos, grabamos, mezclamos y lo hacemos everyday, lo hacemos everyday. Jugamos sin miedo, nadie con la pera. No hay delay, no hay delay. Los contratos no leo como disquera. Se dicta ley, se dicta mi ley. Sunny shit.
Escribo con Big, deposito mi alcancía y tips. Las ganas hacen para sentir, el fondo de la botella está deep. La Johnny Depp, Capitán Morgan de agua salada y loca. Localizaciones se borran, me pegan los mejores bombones. La Johnny sin rompiéndole telones. Realidad supera la ficción, no es reality show. Yo reality lo vivido, a lo cómodo 3000. Por cómo afectamos su visión. Boda libanesa por tantos tiros, por tantos palos que apilo. El pilar de pillo, por tanto los amos del filo. Fácil pillamos jeroglifos.
No fake, no bra, aquí los flows son original. Si me meto al estudio salgo con un hit, eso ya es normal. Ya, me mantengo shining en la tempestad. Seguro es por el BS. La cambio de pose, la pongo en modo play. Vuelan los billetes de colores. Sueño con ver el cielo, decir que lo logré. Sonar portada en la orbit. Oh yeah. No fake, no bra, aquí los flows son original. Si me meto al estudio salgo con un hit, eso ya es normal. Tu Jesse.
Eso es normal. azteca de por vida. La vivo como los riders. De la clica no hay salida, ni aunque sea mi último baile. Soy azteca de por vida. La vivo como los riders. De la clica no hay salida, ni aunque sea mi último baile.
I'm just a product of my fucked up circumstances. Odds against me, fuck it, I'ma take my chances. I used to question God, always searching for the answers. If life is a risk, then I'm ready for the hazard. I pray these angels with me, cause these devils be against me. Gotta keep it through, Shaw on the streets, I ain't lying. Esos malos ojos on the low, always prying. I'ma keep on riding like a lion, never hiding. Marijuana smoke is all that I breathe. Rolling with my team on a mission trying to eat. All this competition, but they all obsolete. Sounding the same like they all on repeat. Watch out for them friendly faces cause they tell lies. Mask on, mask off, who's in disguise? Homie, 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 how many people claim they know me? Homie, 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 how many people claim they know me?
Los huevos puestos, mi homie va bien recio. Ya tumbado a los putos por los que siento desprecio. Mi estado natural, psicótico, perro agresivo. Sigo siendo letal aunque ande en el modo pasivo. La clica va tendida porque al chile aquí se hay hambre. Ya quebramos sus huesos y ahora vamos por la carne. Si me meto al infierno yo sé que voy a quemarme. Se pagan sus pecados cuando su sangre derrame. Fumamos kush, después con los cohetes rush. Me fui por el mal camino, nunca me gustó la luz. Si me paseo por tu barrio y pregunto quién eres tú, el maldito bastardo al cual yo le puse la cruz. El que conoce sabe dónde estoy, dónde encontrarme. Mis homies son firmes, listos para armar el desmadre. Puede que me encarne dentro de la misma esquina, pues no se va este perro ni aunque le echen agua fría. Soy azteca de por vida. La vivo como los riders. De la clica no hay salida, ni aunque sea mi último baile. Soy azteca de por vida. La vivo como los riders. De la clica no hay salida, ni aunque sea mi último baile.
Belonging feels good, but respect is even better.
Caminan por el barrio, los putos siempre nos temen.
Talking all heavy, but they light as a feather.
Su destino está en mis manos cuando tengo lo que quieres.
They always call you homie, but they got you in their sights.
La vida por mi clica, perro, eso es lo que hay.
They always call you homie, turn your back and that's a knife.
Si me muero en la raya, recuerden mi crazy life. Soy azteca de por vida.
La vivo como los riders.
De la clica no hay salida, ni aunque sea mi último baile. Ni aunque sea mi último baile. Ni aunque sea mi último baile.
What you think you signed up for, ese? Huh? This ain't no poetry club or some lowrider park.
Huevo, perro, salió pasado de nuestra madre. No me pregunten, sigo en lo mismo. Voy sin capucha, es mi cinismo. Dímelo, Cristo, si le doy piso. Tú me conoces, tú ya me has visto. El niño quiso ser perro fino. Vienen los puercos, no me persino. Lo que cocino es pa' reales, va pa' carnales que me proteja. La Super 30, una vereta que me vigile. No se encasquille quién es el dealer. Yo traigo algo con lo que valgo. Esa es mi alma, que es lo que trama. La vida es corta, la mente es loca. El chile no importa si la factura sale muy cara. Si la tortura nunca se para. Aquí sin nada tenemos todo. Unos en piso, otros en lodo. Plata con oro, se vuelve polvo. Lo que yo quiero es solo otro sorbo. Para el estorbo no traigo nada. Para mis hombros pongo la espalda. En tu manada faltan agallas. En las acciones sobran palabras. Tiran y tiran, dime tú quién eres. ¿Cuál es tu clica? ¿De dónde vienes? Dime qué quieres. ¿Cuál es el miedo? Pinta maníaca, sigo de cerdo. Si me enredo entre las espinas, tras de barrotes viven malillas. Barrio caliente, la muerte es fría. Lo que decían, si ando con perros. Si no hay dinero, soy carroñero. Trago pa'l suelo por mis guerreros. Se acaba el juego, allá nos vemos. Viene la muerte, yo no le temo. Si estoy enfermo, así me quedo. Para ser perro, señas con dedos. Voy con el cane, con un tequila. Esta Buster firme como sus líneas. Mi terror, cholos tumbados, la movie de horror. Junto con TMP de traite ese patrón. En tierra caliente ya está la misión. Al de confianza le suelto el pacón. No se me agüite si se da el topón. Desde las calles la regla se rompe. El diablo está firme y espera la orden. Ese es mi guante de ser más buscado por los problemas que hubo en el pasado. Para envidiosos aquí no hay cupo. Para enemigos en su barrio escupo. Gallo jugado listo para el trompo. Letras maníacas con los psicolocos. Caigan al barrio, perro no la cree. Aquí en el Jersey viene el 7-3. Tiro mi clica, firme la CP. De por vida, perro, somos 7-3. Somos 7-3.
Catch up with you. You know what I'm saying, listen. We all die at the end, motherfucker. Yeah. Even if you take me out right now, one of my motherfuckers gonna take you out. And then you take him and back and forth and shit, and it don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Body rock, drop and shit. You know what I mean?
Esta vez tocó caer, pero te aseguro que esa mierda no logrará vencerme. Voy de cacería, quieren detenerme. No ocupo de nadie, puto, tú ocupas de suerte. Los que se borraron, quiera Dios no los toquemos. Pero cruel es el destino, sé que pronto los torcemos. No se cuiden las espaldas, perros, yo llego de frente. A vergazo limpio, no me escondo tras un cohete. Pero sabes, me dan risa. Piensan que por la loquera yo no me di tinta. Putos traicioneros, me di cuenta que son finta. Yo de T por 8 y solo rasguños en la cara me pintan. Vergazo tras vergazo da la vida. No confiar en nadie, ya mi madre me decía. Ahora entiendo más perfecto que nadie. Quien dice que te quiere, mañana te echa a la calle. See you later, motherfuckers. Sin hablar de más, despertaron mi espíritu pirata. Neta, no busco venganza, solo busco cerrar putos hocicos de esos perros que me cansan.
Y un saludo a todos los que creyeron verme la cara de pendejo. Me la deben, perro. Luego vengo por el cambio. Que yo no se lo dejo al karma ni a la vida. Un ángel de la muerte desde lejos que me cuida. Y aunque sé que soy una puta mierda, esta mierda avanza y avanza. Que no me duele perder gente culera y traicionera. Que lo hago por los míos, por mi barrio, por mi raza.
Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. What's going on, Raza? What's going on? Again, we hear La Pura Neta, just like we told you, every single Monday. You understand? We fixed up this TikTok, right? Have some Malakma is here. I'm gonna let him introduce the show.
Khan, Most High Christ, carnal. Hey, what's going down, Raza? Shalom, Israel. Another Monday night. You already know what it is. The UPK La Pura Neta podcast. Right here, man, con mis carnales. Let's give the show a hand. Let's see if I get this one right. Nope, that's not it. There we go. With me, I got Mighty Priest and Officer 500, Barack Yalla. Let's give him a hand. And of course, man, always good to see my carnal, man. Shit, you know what I mean? Mighty Priest and Officer 5 of, I was about to say 500. Dang, that's in the spirit, IR. Officer of 50, IR, man. Give this carnal a hand. And of course, man, hey, welcome to the show, carnal. We got with us, man, Trooper Nataza Yav. Órale, carnal, mucho gusto, man. Glad to have you here, man. Let's give you a hand. Y'all already know this is the Monday night show, man. Let's make it a little official here, man. You know what I mean? Shit. Gotta have this shit. Have our overlays on.
TikTok is ready. You can jump in, eh?
I'm trying to set it up right now as we go, Priest. So, man, what's been going on with you brothers, man? You know what I mean? You about to want to drop anything real quick before we get started?
It's just cooling out of one, man. I'm glad that the trooper joining the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Every Monday night, you know what I mean? We dropping that hot shit. You know what I mean? We have a few topics for the night, right? Out of one, we talk
Simon can
about the
see,
WAC
man.
100 and an American Cholo.
Khan, we could talk about that. Most definitely, the point of La Pura Neta is this is a Raza show, right? A platform for the Raza, man. We are the ISUPK and the Commander Dunya Hana, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are the voice of the Raza, man. Don't give that a hand. You know what I mean? So, of course, we got the call-in. It's a call-in show. We got the number. About to put the number up real quick, too, for people who want to call in, man. You know what I mean? You want to call in to talk some shit, have any questions, you know what I mean? Let your opinion be known, ya sabes. Call in.
That's right.
It'll be right there in the bottom on the ticker. You see it right there. Call in, man. This is La Pura Neta every Monday night. You know what I mean? 9:30, 8:30. You know, we start on Mexican time. You know what I mean? Así empezamos, carnales. But let's get it, man. I'm gonna try and get on that TikTok, priest. Any other brother want to go for it? Take over, man. Take over real quick so I can set this up.
Wait,
I
hold on. Is this on YouTube or this on Facebook right now?
It's on both, carnal.
All right, most high, correct.
We're both on YouTube, Facebook, and we're on TikTok as well. I'm putting the call-in number on the TikTok chat. You understand? We're about to chop it up. The best show every Monday night, Pacific Standard Time, because it's already Tuesday in the East Coast. Good night.
We start when we start, man. It's Monday somewhere.
It's Monday somewhere. It's Tuesday somewhere else. You understand? We'll chop it up. Raza, if you have any comments on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, put it in the chat. Yeah, question or comment, interact with us. You understand? Don't be shy about it. You know.
Come prove why this is indigenous erasure, man. That's my thing. Come prove why this is something so dangerous for Raza and indigenous people. I want to hear this one, man.
Salakia, and it's good that you mentioned indigenous erasure because there's a video about indigenous erasure. For those on TikTok who want to see what video we're about to play, go into our go on our YouTube channel, UPK La Pura Neta podcast. If you want to see what we're about to play, right? Yeah, you want to start with that? You want to start with me playing the video out of one?
Khan, could please go ahead.
Okay, 1 second. It's this one right here about indigenous erasure.
About the Native Americans.
So there were many different Native American
tribes. Would you
tribes.
like me to name all the tribes?
Yes, and I'd like you to name, and the reason I would like you to name all the tribes is because there were many tribes who conquered many other tribes. So just as an example, the Comanche Indians come in and they conquer areas run by the Apache Indian. Now the United States comes in and it owns that land. To which tribe should that revert? To which tribe should that land revert? The Comanche who had it before us or the Apache who had it before them? Moreover, the people who still exist, you're referring to Christopher Columbus in an ahistorical way by calling him some sort of racist or some sort of genocidal maniac. The man never committed any sorts of genocide at all, and he was actually known among the Spanish explorers for his good treatment of the natives. That point is neither here nor there. And I encourage people to read biographies of Christopher Columbus because there's a lot of historical fiction out there. The point on that is when the Spanish came to this country, and to this continent, they did create a new race known as Latinos. This is a mixture of Spaniards and Native American populations. So if we are going to revert certain land to Native populations, why would we not then immediately take that land away from them because they also descend from Spanish explorers? In what sort of atomized way would you define your own race, your own identity? I think this is a very backwards and ultimately impossible view of personal identity that puts your stock in some particular ancestor rather than something that is larger than yourself. I think it's a madness of the modern left, and it leads to crazy policy proposals, such as saying that somebody who descends from a native population in Colombia has a right to move to any apartment he wants to in New York because of race or something. We can certainly have a response.
Thank you for not answering my question, and in the future,
I think I did answer you. How specifically could I answer your question?
If you could not lower the microphone until the person's done speaking, I think that'd be better for everyone. Thank you. That's all.
So you were done speaking. All right. I think the gentleman did just fine then.
Good. So, good night, Doc. This is why we say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You hear this bullshit?
El hombre blanco, los gringos. We're on TikTok now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I recant my statement. You know what I mean? Because you know what, man? I should have been playing that the whole time. The whole time that clown was up there. I played that for you, goddamn devils, man.
Like, are we calling for who they are, or are we using Edomites?
You know what? IR, let's be politically correct, man. Let's say Edomites, because you know.
Right.
I just want to say this though. You see how much of a hypocrites they are. It's like, just because they don't want to give the land back to the natives, they're gonna say, well, who should we give the land to? Until we can figure it out.
Give the land to. Ain't that something, man?
I'm surprised that's even a question.
Of course, it's got to be, because, you know, they don't want to own up. They have zero compassion. You know what I mean? That's their problem. They have zero compassion for the children of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. And that right there is the proof. To have that, to make that kind of statement. Let me ask, imagine if they went through what we go through. Let the Russians come over here, take over this land, right? Steal it from the Americans. And then let a Russian down the road say, well, which American family are we going to give it to? Right? The English were conquering the Germans. The Germans were conquering the French. So which one? At the same time, they're locking up, you know, white babies. I mean, English, German, French babies in cages and splitting up white families. Can you imagine the outrage that would be said about this? The whole world will be in an uproar about the way these people are getting treated. They have, you know, they got those little infomercials that come on every, you know, late at night. Send your 30 cents to somewhere in Russia, Eastern Europe to help the Jewish people, you know. Let's not mention the Holocaust. But this devil really said, who are we going to give the land back to? Good night, man.
It's just a lack of compassion that they
Now,
have.
the one that was saying is, was he an Edomite or was he Israel?
In the spirit, he's an Edomite. I'm going to say that. I don't know what his nationality is, but spiritually, he's of his father, the devil. He's Raza. Because how in the hell it baffles me to this day. You know what I mean? That we always got to make some excuse for our oppressor.
Right.
We always give them the benefit of the doubt, and we have to, you know, accept them and forgive and forget. Meanwhile, you will never forgive and forget another black or brown man. You will never forgive and forget when it comes to us. But they get the pass. They get the excuses, man. Oh, we just let them, you know, let them be.
Right.
Hey,
Go ahead, Kana.
you know, it's heavy what you're bringing out, sir, because you know we do camp on the magnificent mile, and you know you see all of our the Israelites, you know, Hispanics, blacks, even Native Americans, and they all want to be the oppressor. They all want to be Edomites. They dress like they walk down the street with their nose stuck up in the air, you know, and you call them like, hey, hermano, and they just look at you like with a little smirk on their face, like they know that we're brothers and sisters, but they don't want to be brothers and sisters. They want to be like their father, like you said.
Right on, warrior. You know what I mean? That's exactly that. They come, you know, like I keep seeing these ads and I came across 3 TikTok videos, right? And in the TikTok videos they were calling out IUIC, right? The purple cats, the purple pigs, right? Of course, we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, right? And most definitely we are not affiliated with them purple clowns, man. But let me say this. The arguments that they make against us is crazy, man. Like the indigenous community will accuse us of being something so dangerous for their community, for the reservation.
Right.
Talk about we're a threat. We're gonna erase them because we tell you Israel. That's my question. I want any indigenous person listening right now that has an issue with us, man. Tell me, how is being an Israelite indigenous erasure? Please explain that. But how's John Muhammad say? Explain. I'll give y'all a chance, man.
Listen, what is indigenous erasure? That's what they should answer. You know, is it us trying to give them back their identity, or is it them trying to mingle with every single oppressor out there? Because listen, it is an issue for a brother with a skin complexion like mine to say, you know, I'm a so-called Native American, but there is no issue with, how would I say, a devil, a Caucasian man claiming to have native blood. You understand? It's the norm right now. You know. Good night.
Come, Barack, y'all. You know that, like that's the thing, man. Like they go by everything that the white man says. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to DNA studies and dating this and that. And I understand, you know, that there's fake Israelites that go out there and do nonsense out there. Let me say this, man. Y'all mess up when y'all go to powwows and set up camp and blaze on people at a powwow. What in the hell is wrong with you, man? First of all, a powwow is not the highways and byways. You know what I mean? The scriptures say go to the highways and byways. Y'all going to powwows and going to, you know, funerals and shit. Setting a camp and saying they deserve to have every bad thing that happened to them happen to them, man. You think that's how, you know, you think that's brotherly to do?
We have General Muhammad in the chat. Hey, Shalom Marawan. Yabashim Shabakta.
Hey, Shalom, sir. Yabashim Shabakta.
Yabashim Shabakta.
Send him an invite. Salakia, if you want to chime in, let us know. Of course, you're welcome to chime in on TikTok, Adawan. It'd be an honor to have you on La Pura Neta.
I'm right.
You know, they can't even explain indigenous erasure because they're only trying to, indigenous erasure, they only go by the oppressive standard.
Right.
Then the oppressor will tell them, well, these brothers are too dark to be natives. You know, they're trying to claim your identity. Yeah, they're not going to say that about themselves, who know that their forefathers committed genocide against the so-called Native American Indians. Yet, them claiming to be a so-called native is not indigenous erasure.
Right.
And now they dare say that, well, who should we give the land back to? Like, right. Took over this tribe, whatever the case is now. Who do we owe? That's basically what they're saying. And, you know, the fact that they're acting so ignorant is that, listen, they know that the Native American Indians is a tribe of God, right? They're not going to say that because now if they say that, they're going to have to give the whole land back.
Right.
Canada down to the U.S., to the borders of Mexico, they have to give that back.
That's heavy, Brock, y'all, if I could, because it's like all of a sudden they don't know who to give the land back to. All of a sudden, what the guy say? Like the Apache stole the land from who?
He said the Comanches stole the land from the Apaches. But this is the thing. Like, look, if I could give you more technical. You know what I mean? Why did they mention about the Mexicans or the Mexican natives? Because that land actually belonged to Mexico. You know what I mean? California, right. Texas, New Mexico, Utah, Arizona, all that land belonged to the Mexicans. You know what I mean? Like all that was a part of Aztlan. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy that they didn't mention about us Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I got a TikTok video where it kind of breaks down how the Edomites stole the land. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got a TikTok video where it shows the Edomites coming over to I think that they were visitors to Texas, and then eventually they started taking over a little bit by a little bit. But basically, the whole West Coast, which is California, Texas, New Mexico, Utah, all that was all part of Mexico at one point. You know what I'm saying? And but like I said, that TikTok video that I got, man, it explains how these Edomites came over here as visitors, and eventually starts taking over the land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I could, IR, they didn't come over here as visitors. They came over here as crooks, as criminals, as rapists. You know, they're bringing crime, they're bringing drugs, and I assume some. Well, I assume none, but you know what I'm saying. Some are good people. What did the president say about us? He said they're bringing crimes, they're bringing rapists, they're bringing criminals. Then he said he assumes some are good people. Well, that they were talking about themselves when they said this, man, and did this.
And it's the like that one. That devil, at some point, when he mentioned about the Latinos, he was saying the horrible stories about Christopher Columbus is falsehood.
That is crazy, man.
That is indigenous erasure.
Right.
You know, because it's like saying, oh, Christopher Columbus was not that bad. He actually said something like he was actually known for his good treatment toward the natives.
Treatment, man, like what?
Yeah, nice.
Chopping the arms off of slaves that didn't find enough gold. That's good treatment.
Christopher Columbus was such a bad. I mean, he was such a serial sexual abuser that the Spanish crown complained about it. They were like, "You're sexually assaulting too much." That's what they did, Christopher Columbus.
You know what, man? I'm gonna give you an example of this good treatment from Christopher Columbus. I got y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull a video up to show you this good treatment that this guy's talking about.
It's like, imagine a sexual abuser telling another sexual abuser, "You're doing too much."
Good night, man. Here's some of Christopher Columbus's good treatment, man. Here's his good treatment that we're talking about. Man, he was really humane, I guess is what he's trying to say, right? You thought you done heard it all, Barakiala. You thought you done heard it all.
Yeah, nice.
Let me play this again because good treatment, right? What a joke.
Was a model citizen.
Good night. Model. Good night. Here's the video. Let me share it. Here's an example, guys. I guess he's right, man. He was really humane. This guy, Christopher Columbus. Here's the proof. This is their good humane treatment.
That's humane treatment.
This is that humane treatment right here he's talking about, man. This is a humane treatment, y'all.
Yo te bautizaré y obtendrás la gloria y la paz eterna en el cielo. De lo contrario, sufrirás un tormento eterno en el infierno. ¿Me ha entendido bien?
¿Qué cristianos se lo man?
¿Van los cristianos al cielo?
Cristianos, sí. Cachaguaychis, infierno, man.
Mándeme al infierno. ¡Silencio! Esto es lo que os ocurrirá si desafiáis a los cristianos.
You heard what he said, right? In the English, I don't know if you saw the translation right there. He's saying this is what happens when you defy the Christians. This is the religion that that preaches God loves everybody and God only hates the sin, not the sinner, right? His claim was this is what happens when you defy the Christians.
This is what happens when you don't love everybody.
Right. This is the love everybody, Barakiala. This is the love everybody, Natazia. This is the love everybody, IR. This is the good people there. This is the good, how good he treated them.
¿Qué están diciendo, padre? ¡Su nombre! ¡No pensarás nunca! ¡Será olvidado!
So that's what happened. You know what I mean?
Taínos seem to have reacted to the Spanish in different ways.
The Spaniards.
Oh, that looks like an interesting documentary. Got to check that out later. But y'all get the point, right? They was burning indigenous people at the stake. They were chopping the hands off of indigenous people. And what does Moron say? Put that video back on, Barack Yala, so I could play that special sound effect for him.
About the Native Americans.
But there were many different Native American
Would you
tribes.
like me to name all the tribes?
Yes, and I'd like you to name, and the reason I would like you to name all the tribes is because there were many tribes who conquered many other tribes. So just as an example, the Comanche Indians come in and they conquer areas run by the Apache Indian. Now the United States comes in and it owns that land. To which tribe should that revert? To which tribe should that land revert? The Comanche who had it before us, or the Apache who had it before them? Moreover, the people who still exist, you're referring to Christopher Columbus in an ahistorical way by calling him some sort of racist or some sort of genocidal maniac. The man never committed any sorts of genocide at all, and he was actually known among the Spanish explorers for his good treatment of the natives. That point is neither here nor there. And I encourage people to read biographies of Christopher Columbus because there's a lot of historical fiction out there. The point on that is when the Spanish came to this country, and to this continent, they did create a new race known as Latinos. This is a mixture of Spaniards and Native American populations. So if we are going to revert certain land to Native populations, why would we not then immediately take that land away from them? Because they also descend from Spanish explorers.
Yeah, but before we switch topic, I have one more video.
So basically, the topic of tonight's show is, Raza talk. Let me add it. They hunt our steps, because this is what they do, man. They hunt us down and unalive us, Barack Yala. They unalive us and do all types of messed up things to us, and then hold themselves not guilty. Wash their hands and say, "I've done no evil."
So I can hear me out of one?
Con, I can hear you out. You can't hear me on TikTok?
No, I hear you. I thought you couldn't hear me.
Con, go ahead, Ak.
There's one more video I want to bring out before we bring out the articles.
So like, before you say anything, Barack, y'all, let me say, we're on TikTok live right now, man. And we're live on YouTube, and we're live on Facebook, and we got a call-in number. All y'all that got so much shit to say about us, man, you can reach us. We're right here, man. Especially on TikTok. A lot of y'all so outspoken in your comments and everything. Come on up, man. Present your case. Come on. Where y'all at?
Here.
I know you're not, it's 10 o'clock out here in the West Coast. I know a lot of y'all are not asleep right now. Where y'all at, man? Y'all quick. Let us post something, man, proving who we are, and y'all got something to say. Aquí estamos, man. Kyle. Go ahead.
Here's one thing that people in America will never understand. If you look at the history of the world, everybody was the conqueror and was also conquered at one point. It all started in Africa, Tigris, Euphrates, Assyrians, Sumeri, Babylon, Egypt, the Romans, right here, the French, the Spanish, the Ottoman Empire, Britain, America, even the Chinese were conquered. Can you though explain why America and Americans are the only culture that is butthurt about colonization, when history is filled with colonization. Now, there are some episodes in America that are fresher, as there are some very fresh episodes also in Europe. I don't know, 1945. I went to German school, so I know about that chapter history a lot. And you know what we do? We teach it so we don't repeat it. We understand it so we do not repeat history. But you know what? We're not butthurt about it. Colonization in America happened 500 fucking years ago. We're talking about like 20 generations. Why are people in America still butthurt about it? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Because they don't teach you proper history. And because the history lesson of the average American is TikTok. Some TikToker pushing out some rhetoric out there, which may sound very cool. And like, yeah, I want to associate with that. If you want to play the game of who is more buttered about being colonized, oh, trust me, as an Italian, I can talk about so much shit. Want to talk about how the church slowed down economic progress across all of Italy? Want to talk about how the Ottoman Empire conquered southern Italy? And by the way, this is why we have a lot of different cultures in Italy, and that's why Italy is beautiful. Do you want to talk about how the French conquered northern Italy? Do you want to talk about how the Vikings owned part of us? And how being united only 200 years ago slowed the economic progress of the Italian people? Do you want to talk about the decadence of Greece because the Romans conquered Greece 2,000 years ago? Or the decadence of...
Hey, Salaki, listen, I'm gonna put it right here. This idiot, he's saying we have no right to complain about the condition that we live in. We have no right to say anything about what our ancestors went through because everyone's been through it.
Right.
The thing is that that's not even true. Listen, Ottawa. That good night.
You know what's crazy is, if I could, right? It is the fact that he said Americans are so butthurt. Who's he talking about when he's saying they're so butthurt? Who's he trying to talk about? Is he talking about his people?
Native Americans, I don't want.
That he's talking about Native Americans, right? You want to know why they never got over it? You goddamn devil. They never got over it because they never got justice for it.
Right.
Every other nation, right? All the people he mentioned that got conquered and whatnot, that they're not oppressed today because of their colonization. Who conquered the Chinese? The Chinese got their own country right now. They're an economic power. Right now, they're on the verge of going to war with America. I don't think they're suffering any type of oppression. The Greeks, the Romans, who else did they talk about? The Ottoman Empire, the Arabs. They're not an oppressed people, man.
Right.
You don't hear nothing about an Arab doesn't have a white man's last name. An Asian doesn't have a white man's last name. East Indians, Africans, they don't have, their colonizer's last name. You know, when the first devil was talking about, the Comanche or the Apache colonizing one another, you'll never run to an Apache or a Comanche and they'll have each other's last name. They didn't beat each other out of their culture and their identity and force the other to adopt their religion and see the other as God. But y'all did that to indigenous people. Y'all did that to black people. Y'all did that to the Raza. You know what I mean? Forced us to adopt your culture, your identity, your religion. Damn near, we catch hell because of it, because the moment we open up the Bible, everyone associates that with the white man. But, that's because your ancestors put so much evil towards us. And we never got justice for it. And you're telling me I don't have the right to be mad about it. I don't have the right to be angry about the way you treat my people, man. This is why you're the devil.
Salaki, he's such a devil that he knows history so much, but he's not saying that the Europeans of today were not the Europeans of back then.
Right.
Like, they came out the caves and conquered Europe. They were not, they didn't sprout out of the earth in Europe. Like, Italy was not the opposite of black. I'm gonna just put it like that for TikTok. Right? Listen, that's not what he's not mentioning. You know, he said he knows history so much. He knows history so good. Let's not repeat history. Listen, y'all been repeating history ever since y'all came out the caves. What are you talking about?
Right.
And like all these people he mentioned, just like you said, they're not oppressed and they still have their own language. They still have their own culture. You understand?
Right.
They have their own customs. They have their own land. Good night. Well, not their own land per se, but you know, they have somewhere they could call home, and where if someone intrudes, they will defend themselves. If someone intrudes in our place where we stay, we can't say nothing. Like it's so bad that even we have some imposters claiming to be us.
Right.
Salakia, where's that imposter? She's right here.
I'm a black Jew. I'm a black Jew.
The devil is a lie.
Hey, at the end of the day, the Bible do say that.
I'm a black Jew. I'm a black Jew.
The devil is a lie.
Hey, at the end of the day, the Bible do.
Y'all some clowns, man. She says she.
Yeah,
good.
Go ahead, Kanai.
You know, and another part to it is they actually completely deny the extent of the oppression that they put on us. You know,
Right.
they don't admit it. They downplay it. You know, they tell us to forget about it. You know, they act
Right.
like they didn't really do what they did. You know, they try to erase it. They try to completely erase the history. You know, they're trying to do that right now. You know, taking it out of the education and out of the school curriculums. You know, teaching about race and stuff like that. You know, they don't want us to remember it. You know, so at one hand you're saying, you know, that it really wasn't that bad, that, you know, Columbus was this upstanding citizen, and then on the other hand you got this other guy talking about how, you know, what he was saying, trying to act like it really wasn't what it was. You know, so it's just man, it's horrible, sir.
Hey, Salake Carnal, do you know why it wasn't that bad and it really wasn't how it is depicted in the movies whatsoever? Because they were on the right side of the fence.
Right.
Like they were at the right end of the whip. You know, they listen. They were not getting whipped, but they were whipping. That's why it wasn't
Right.
that. You understand? That's the only reason why. Listen, they were in the fields, but they were not picking the cotton. They were not cutting the sugar cane. You understand? That's why it wasn't that bad. Of course it wasn't. Listen, when you have employees complaining about a company and the CEO is saying, well, it's not that bad. Of course it's not that bad for the CEO because he's not, you know, in the place of the employees. Obviously, it could never be that bad for Tim Cook, for Jeff Bezos. You understand? But he's not in the Amazon warehouses.
You know, if I could, Barack Yali, you know, not to side note, but at my slavery today, right? The brother was telling me, like, he's like, hey, you know, our CEO took a pay cut. I was like, what? Nah, I didn't hear nothing about that. What happened? He's like, yeah, she took a pay cut. Instead of getting paid $15 million, she's only getting paid 13. I was like, oh wow, man, she must be really struggling like that, man. You know, it's like when Donald Trump said he had to start with a small loan of $1 million. He's the devil, man. You know?
Yeah.
Small loan of $1 million, man. Talk about they suffering and they had to take that's a pay cut. Man, get the out of here with that, man.
He suffered. He struggled with $1 million.
He struggled, man. Yeah, he was really struggling.
he started from the bottom. Now he's all the way up there with $1 million.
Right. Yeah, man.
From the bottom of his grandfather's wallet. That's where he started from.
God. But yeah, man. So let's get the next one. Damn right, so what? Will soon understand. I hope that Troglodyte has a big family. I'm going to need some laborers for my people.
Damn right. I need someone to put my sugar cane.
Give that a hand. Salakia, y'all. I'm gonna have fun with this soundboard. Man, but yeah, man. That's what's crazy, man. Like this the nonsense that we have to deal with, man.
Right.
First of all, don't worry about who you give that land rightfully. What is it? Don't who gets that land back. Just know it's indigenous people need to get that land back. Black people need to get their reparations, man. You know what I mean? Of course, we don't bet in the ISUPK. Our reparations is just, you know what I mean. It's different from what y'all think about in the world, right? But here's the point, man. Like it's about the principle of the matter. Like
right.
Giving back what you took, which we know you never will. We know you're never going to give black people their reparations. We know you're never going to give indigenous people their land back. You will never give up your position of power. You know, God is going to take you off that position, and that's what it's going to take, right? And that's fine. I mean, I want my reparations and justice. You know what I mean?
Salakia the one. Just like, Pushaisi said it best. We're going to get it back in blood.
That's right.
Right. Woe to him that build up a town with blood. You know what I mean? And that's how America was built. America was built out bloodshed. That American flag y'all love so much, y'all were all patriotic last weekend, for Memorial Day. That represents blood. That represents blood spilled by my people. That's there's that video that Gadai brother telling, charging them, I don't know what they were, but pro-America protesters, you know what I mean? He came at them like that. They couldn't say anything. They had to stay quiet. But yeah. But what's the next topic, Akim? Let's get it in.
Just one last thing before we switch topic. You understand? Them giving back the land is like they've been giving back our freedom. But freedom is not given.
They can't afford that. They can never afford. They will never give up their position, man. Because us being in bondage is their, is their survival. They're a parasite. They need to live off of us, So that's just what we need to realize as a people. We need to stop trying to win their love, and we need to come back to loving one another and brotherhood and sisterhood, man. Go ahead, Brock Yalla, or any other brother that want to get something out.
Freedom is not given; it's taken. We need to take our freedom back. You understand?
Right.
That's what we'll do.
I'm right.
Slaki, if I may, sir.
Go ahead.
The hard part for me is, you got brothers and sisters in the world, Israelites that feel like, we're supposed to, just be okay with what happened to us and say, oh, that was in the past. It's not happening no more. First of all, it is still happening. Second of all,
right.
Why should we have to forget it? Why should we have to forget it? Why should we have to forgive? Why can't we be mad about it? Why can't we, never forget? Just like they never forget 9/11 or anything else that they talk about, that happened, Pearl Harbor, everything else. They tell you to never forget. But for us, our people are so indoctrinated to this Western society, and like you said, wanted to be like, the Edomites. That they even tell you, like, hey man, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You got to stop complaining about the white man and this and that. We're not complaining about the white man. We're complaining about oppression, and this oppression is still happening.
Facts.
If I could, I'm gonna say this: we're not even complaining. We're bringing awareness to an injustice done to us. We have a right to be mad. Ain't nobody complain more on this planet than the white people, man. There's a reason why the term Karen exists. You know what I mean? No one acts more entitled on this planet than white people. Nobody is more lazier on this planet than oppressors, man. I purposely had to say it like that because they'll cry reverse racism, But there's nobody more lazier, more inhumane, more cruel, more, evil than them. And we're not allowed to get mad about it. We're not allowed to call it out. We're not allowed to demand justice for what's done to us, man. Because we're slaves in this kingdom, Mark. We have no rights in this kingdom. They don't see our humanity, right? So that's really the reality of it. And everything I say is in context, because I know I'm gonna get some dummy gonna say, "Oh, you have rights, this and that, blah blah blah." I'm saying it in a context, right? We're not respected in this kingdom. We're always going to be seen as second class citizens.
Okay, more saying credits. I figured it out.
Oh, what you figured out, Brachyala?
Yeah, I figured out the layout on the TikTok.
Con. Let's give Brachyala a hand. We figured it out.
More saying credits.
Con, but yeah, let's get it out.
No sweat.
Right, damn right. So what?
Give someone a hand.
You know what I mean? He said, yeah, tell that to the Jewish man. Tell him to stop being, quote unquote butthurt. Pause, right. But tell him to stop being butthurt. Pause, man. The Holocaust happened how many years ago? Y'all should get over it, man. It's time to let go. You should forgive the Germans. Forgive Adolf Hitler. He's your brother, man.
Right.
Love your own neighbor as yourself, right? Why don't y'all forgive Adolf Hitler and all the Germans, all the Nazis, man? Go hold hands, be in peace, sing Kumbaya together. Go buy a BMW. It's okay. Go buy a Mercedes-Benz, man. It's all good, man. It's just a car. It don't mean nothing.
Salakia out of
Go ahead,
Holocaust actually happened about 500 years ago in 1492, if I'm not mistaken.
Khan, I say it in context, Brock Galley. You know what I mean? I said, let's talk about their Holocaust. They should let it go, man. They should heal. Ain't that what they tell us? When Donald Trump lost and Joe Biden won, y'all shouldn't accept Joe Biden as your he's your president now. Why did y'all have to go storm the Capitol? You know what I mean? Y'all don't like it. You can leave. Go back to Europe. You got a problem with the way America's run. Well, go back to Europe. Go back to your caves, man.
Basically.
Now, how dare you complain about this great country? This is the greatest country ever, man. Gives you so much freedom. It gives you so much. And you're mad? Why don't y'all go live in a third world country, right? All you what they call 1%ers?
Go live in Ukraine.
Right, go live in Ukraine, right? Thank you, Barack Yala. Go live in Ukraine, right? Isn't that what you tell us? Well, I should go back to Mexico. I should go live in a third world country when I get mad about the way you treat my people, throwing them in cages, calling us illegal immigrants, telling me to speak English only. All our raza, man, the way y'all treat us, we talk about it, you tell us, we don't like it, we should go back. It's going to be corrupt. If this became Mexico, it would be more corrupt. Well, you know what? You let the whole world become America, and the whole world is corrupt.
Damn right.
So I don't know how that one works, man. Basically, the whole thing is shut up, slave. That's what they're really saying.
Right.
That's really what they're saying.
Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead, Ak.
These Edomites really got some type of mental hold on us, where they could go across the world and conquer and take nations, take land, from America to Israel and so many other countless places, that they could take this land, claim it for themselves,
right,
and then go around acting like they're not the captors, like they're not the one who's colonizing, and telling us, what y'all complaining about? What's the problem? For me, that's just mind-boggling. I don't understand it. Like, where's the
That's
logic?
what you call witchcraft, Fox.
Where's the logic in that? You know, where's the logic? It's obvious that you don't belong here. It's obvious you don't belong in the Middle East. You got to wear a fucking sunscreen all day,
right?
Big hats and everything because you can't be outside. But we're the problem,
right?
So
right, definitely. They complain about how we're taking all the jobs, right? You know, there's a little situation going on in Florida. How they're always complaining about, you know, we're taking all the jobs, man. So we went ahead and left those jobs alone, man. And but they can't do what we do, man. Like the Carnal was saying, these idiots gotta put sunscreen. They gotta get big old hats. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to take about 15 breaks. You know what I mean? About two lunches. You know what I mean? And even that, they don't want to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? We're giving the jobs that they're complaining about.
They don't want to do
Then
it.
they don't want to do it, and then they can't do it. They're complaining what you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just crazy, man.
Well, here's the thing, right? They don't want to do it because they think that we should have to do it instead of them, and they should reap the benefits. You understand? What? Wait,
Hey,
what's a comment on TikTok?
Yeah, right. I just seen that one.
Listen, see,
we got to give that one a hand. It ain't Mexicans that took all the high-paying jobs away from white people in America.
He said, or he or she, whatever, people from India took all the high-paying jobs in America.
Right.
Listen. We're charging the Caucasian men. We're charging all the heathens. What is the East Indians? What is the bat-eating people? You understand? The Africans. Everyone is being charged. But the worst oppressor is the oppressor of oppressors.
Right.
But don't worry about it. We're charging the East Indians as well. We're charging the Pakistanis. We're charging stupid young people. You understand? We're charging what's his name? China Mac.
Right.
We're charging Michael Blackson. We're charging The Rock's mother family side. You understand? Every single people who is not Raza, every people who is not a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian descent on their father's side, they're guilty.
Right. Now that's heavy you say that, Barakiala, you know, and of course I had to throw the little drums at the end because that's what jokes those people are, man. It's definitely China Mac and Stupid Young, man. We're gonna talk about culture vultures. Not to side note, you know, of course, but culture vultures, culture bandits, that's them, man. But
the biggest culture vulture right here before we switch the topic.
I'm a black Jew. I'm a black Jew.
The devil is a lie. Hey, at the end of the day,
you know. But let's get it.
What we got next?
Let's talk about that story, right? The story in Houston.
Right.
Because that's just such a horrible situation, man. This story made my blood boil when I heard it, man. And this poor carnal, you know, especially me, you know, as a father, you know, I have a daughter myself, you know, what happened to her, man. Lord be with her and her familia, you know. It's two things to there, you know, that we can touch on, but it's really horrible and tragic what happened, man. And I definitely wanted to bring this story out and talk about it because you can see, you know, the lessons that you can learn from this situation, man. Let me get it. It's a horrible story, man. Let's get it real quick. I think I had the video. I posted the video.
The video should be in the La Neta chat.
Con.
And this right here is Adam Tobias. He was a father of 7, shot and killed at his daughter's graduation party at a Southeast Houston home.
That's right. His accused killer is charged with murder and out on bond.
Then
And
this is what's
right here
outrageous
is
about
Adam
this.
Tobias. He was a father of 7, shot and killed at his daughter's graduation party at a Southeast Houston home.
That's right. His accused killer is charged with murder and out on bond tonight. KPRC2's Corley Peel sat down today with Tobias' wife and daughter.
I spoke with Adam Tobias' family here in this park where they say he spent a lot of quality time. As you can imagine, they are heartbroken and now they want justice. Graduating high school is a day Destiny Tobias will never forget.
Destiny Tobias. Everybody was happy. Everybody was having a good time.
The after party just
I mean, this is so jacked up already. You know what I mean? Like, you seen this right here is like the final moments, right? He's right there with his daughter.
special. This is one of the last videos Tobias has with her proud father, Adam Tobias, dancing and smiling. Moments before, police say her mother's estranged boy.
This is the person that unalived the father, right? This devil right here did it. You know what I mean? This is why, you know, when the scriptures talk about they hunt our steps, this is the proof, right? When they have that bloodlust, this is the proof right here.
Boyfriend, Philip Arning, opened fire, killing Tobias.
I came running downstairs. I heard my mom screaming.
Look at this heavy detail they bring out.
And as I'm going down the stairs, he grabs me and says, "Oh, there's nothing to worry about downstairs." And as I reached downstairs, I didn't see my dad. I seen his foot hanging out the door. And I run to him. And I crying and begging and saying, like, it's not real. Like, he's going to come back. And that it's all going to be okay. And I could not leave his body.
Destiny Tobias says her father and Arning got into an argument before the shooting. Adam Tobias wanted more time with his daughter.
So this brother just wanted more time with his daughter, man. Wanted more time with his daughter. It's her graduation. And this devil comes over here and starts arguing, starts getting mad, right? He wants everyone out.
But she says Arning wanted people to leave.
He was telling everybody what to do, like to shut down the party. And he didn't put one pin in it and he wasn't supposed to be there.
See? And that's how you know that's an oppressor. That's a devil. That's the first thing they do, man. They always want to act like they run shit. You know what I mean? At my stable, man, we got oppressors there. And the same thing. These are people, co-workers, not managers, right? Not supervisors, and already acting like they run stuff. Like, who in the hell put you people in charge, man, to come over here and say who can and can't do what?
Slack out one. Just like Aaron Avad said, Caucasians have no souls.
Right.
You understand?
They have no soul. They're not human.
They're heartless.
Look at
exactly, IR Khan.
There are two lessons to understand right here. First, it's more like one lesson in two parts, right? First off, we need to, just like the Bible said, we need to separate from the other nations and gather together. You understand?
Right.
That if we were been separating from them, that incident would have never happened. If we're able to recognize who our enemy is, we will not be gathering with him. Understand? And that incident would have never happened.
Right.
Another point is, do not marry outside your race.
Right. Most definitely, man.
That are gonna happen because if the mother did not have that devil as a boyfriend, you understand?
Let me put his mugshot back on.
Yeah,
hey, look at this devil, man.
He looks like a
blue-eyed
proud
bastard
American
right here, man.
He looks like a proud American Trump supporter.
Right. And he married that sister because, he wanted to use this, make the statement, I'm not racist. My girlfriend is Latina.
Right.
To build that wall. That's what they say. Build that wall. I'm not racist. My girlfriend's Latina. I love her family. I love Mexicans.
I love tacos.
Know what I mean? Goddamn bad. This is why you're the devil, man, because there's no truth in none of y'all, man. This is what you do, man. You have an argument over you have no humanity in you, man. You have no humanity in you to let a man spend time with his daughter on her graduation day. You want to complain about him being there. You selfish pig.
Salaki other one. The reason he complained about the father being there is really not because it was too loud, too much music, or it's getting too late, people are getting too drunk. He just don't like Mexicans.
Right. That's really what it. So I'm kind of lost. Like, so the white man is her ex-boyfriend, or is the brother that died her ex-boyfriend?
The brother that died is the ex. The white man is
her current boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
God damn, man. Yeah. This is what y'all want? You mujeres out there? You think this is better? This is better, huh? This the non-machista. This the he knows how to cook. This is the he's current and doesn't believe in gender roles. Ernaba said, or worse, Antifa Caucasians. God, they're all bad, man. Whether they're Antifa, whether they're Proud Boys and all that, all them Caucasians, all them oppressors, man. They're all bad. I understand though the Antifa ones. They're on a whole different level, man. God damn the things they do. But the point is, man, these oppressors, man, have no soul, no humanity in them, and just have a bloodlust. Have a bloodlust to unalive Mexicans, to unalive black people, to unalive indigenous people, man. You saw that first clip. We showed you the excuse they were making about stealing the land and not knowing who to give it back to. This is a cruel people, man. You know what I mean? This is why we call you the devil.
Salaki other one.
Go ahead.
I want to bring out something real quick, right? Because let's keep that mugshot right here. Because remember, I told you there was a story about a devil that was unalived in Mexico, and he's dating a sister. The sister said, I'm ashamed of my country because of what happened. I guess she didn't see that mugshot though.
Right. That's in the comments right now?
Nah, the one. I'm talking about the story that happened in my zone, right?
Oh, the story that happened. Okay, kind of.
And there was another story that we're gonna bring out as well if we have time, right? That from Peru, who they just found his body in the river. The story is that he was in an argument with 3 devils at a bar, and he was roofied, kidnapped. He disappeared ever since like November or a bit earlier. They just found his body in the river.
Let me finish this video real quick. So like you.
For the shooting. Adam Tobias wanted more time with his daughter, but she says Arning wanted people to leave.
He was telling everybody what to do, like to shut down the party. And he didn't put one pin in it, and he wasn't supposed to be there.
Destiny Tobias' stepmother, Neptali Perez, rushed over after getting the horrific call about her husband.
I wanted to help him. I wanted to be able to save him. But he was already caught.
Police arrested Arning, charging him with murder, but he quickly bonded out.
He was able to bond out.
He gets to go home and be with his parents and his family and my kids and his daughter and our family are left without our loved one.
Right, so he gets to unalive a Mexican
and
you
always
know.
made her laugh. Their favorite saying now tattooed on her body.
You know it's always going to be us two versus the world.
The memories of her graduation may haunt her forever, but she will keep making her dad proud. Since Philip Arning has bonded out, I reached out to his private attorney for comment, but I have not heard back. Adam Tobias' family is holding a fundraiser for him this weekend, and we have all this information on our website at click2houston.com.
That's indigenous
Corley Gill,
erasure, man.
KPRC 2 News.
Damn right.
So that Edomite, was he invited also on that party too? Or
he wasn't. He was not supposed to be there. IR Salaki.
Oh, he wasn't supposed to be there. Okay.
You saw what, but you heard that, right?
So was he the one that's complaining about the music and the loud noise?
Right. He was complaining about the music and people being there.
So he wasn't invited and then shows up and starts complaining?
Con.
Is that what's going on?
Good night, man.
So he was so upset the fact that they were celebrating of that daughter's graduation. He was so upset that he had to kill that daughter's father.
Right.
That don't even make sense. I don't want. For one, he ain't supposed to be there. Shows up very randomly, starts complaining, gets so upset, and kills the father of that daughter.
He's the daughter's mother's boyfriend.
So that falls on her too.
So that dude is the boyfriend of that daughter.
He's the boyfriend of her mother.
The mother, the daughter's mother, the baby's mother.
Right.
So basically, he was the baby's daddy. IR.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he was trying to spend time with his daughter. So you could tell he loved her very much. You know, you see how happy he was to be right there with her, enjoying their last moments together.
Right.
And this devil went and took that away. This devil came in there, you know, and did that because he thought he had the right to come into somebody else's house, tell them how to run things, and then act like a child and take a man's life. When the scriptures say that children are your oppressors, this is a proof. You want the proof that that's the Edomite? This story right here is the proof, man.
You're right.
You know, this is when you should know your enemy, man. And you women out there, man, you brown women, black and brown women, this is why you should never date oppressors, man, or date that white boy. That whole lie about good credit and all that, man, this is what you get.
Yeah, that all that credit and all that money don't mean nothing, man. When you're losing your life behind all that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How many stories, man, you're hearing about sisters disappearing, man? A lot of them, I'm pretty sure, is because they went and go and date gringos, man. You think that gringos is the ticket, right? Yeah, he's the ticket to your death, man. That's what he is.
Slack if good.
Go ahead, Kamnat.
You know, they're so caught up on hating their own men, you know, La Raza in Israel, that they're letting a wolf into their house. They're letting a wolf into their house. They don't even see it.
So that's crazy. Where's the let a wolf in the house? I like it.
God.
Doesn't that scripture say that he's like the beast of the field or some shit like that?
He's the beast of the field, most definitely, IR.
This reminds me of that story in Colombia. I think it's Colombia, right? It was a sister, she dated a devil. They found her body chopped up in his suitcase or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I think that. And that was a beautiful sister too.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's very disturbing, man. It's like, I don't know what more proof you need to not date oppressors, man. This is why the Bible warned against it. You know, this is why God warned against it, because this is what happens, man. And this is heartbreaking, man. I don't wish this on nobody, on my people, man. You know, but, you know, like, this is what you got to understand, what you're getting yourself into, man. This is why God said, don't do it. The wages of sin is death, man. Like, you know,
but if I could too, other one, like real quick, like this Esau, you know, these Edomites, man, he's such a beast that he even kills his own kind, like his own wife, another white wife. Like, they're known for whacking their wives.
They do that, IR. Go ahead, Kana.
No, go ahead, other one.
I said they do that, IR, and no one ever. And then our women will say, "Oh, I won't date a brown man because he's too controlling."
Right.
We're too controlling, huh? But this is what the devil does.
Right.
Wait, knock out one. I'm trying to understand something. Just like IR, two things, right? Just like IR say, or I don't know what IR say, you know, like the oppressor, he is known to say stuff like, listen, I'm gonna unalive my wife, my children, burn down the house, and unalive myself. Yet they still go after a man like this. And then they're gonna say, well, a black or a brown man is too controlling. yet they want to date the slave master.
Just
That's
crazy.
something
crazy,
Like
man.
they can't take a check-in from their own man. You know what I mean? But they rather. I mean, it seems like they rather get killed by the oppressor. I mean,
Slocky, if I could.
that oppressor is known for killing their wives. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just take the damn check-in. It's for your own good, anyways.
Right.
If I could. You know, I think that's the point. You know, what y'all bringing out is so heavy. You know, the point is that they don't want to serve the Most High. They don't want to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. They don't want to listen to, you know, Israel, a man of you know,
Yeah.
from the tribes, telling them what to do. They're so in love with the oppressor's culture and society that they're willing to, you know, turn a blind eye to who these wolves are in sheep clothing. They know who these wolves are. They know the potential of the danger that they're putting their kids in when they bring these men into their house, you know. But they're so selfish, you know, that they want to be free, quote unquote free, you know, free from control, free from, you know, the leadership and the guidance of a righteous man, you know, that they're willing to take that risk, and that's the point, sir.
Salakiak, you know, what you said is heavy. You know, they refuse to follow the Mosai. They, you know, they just want to disobey. Just like Hosea chapter 4 and 6 says, "My people is destroyed because of lack of knowledge, because we reject the knowledge." You understand? In that's what it is. You know, the Mosai said, "Don't marry outside your race." You reject the knowledge of the Mosai, and then, you know, incidents like that are gonna happen. You understand?
Right.
And regarding the wolves, they need a righteous wolf. They need a banyamia. Yeah, that's what they need. They need
Gotta give you that one.
You understand? So listen, we keep telling you. Well, 1 second.
That was going down. Okay, no sweat. Just lost Barack for a moment. But yeah, Khan, you know what I mean? So that's why the best thing you can do, man, is stick with that black and brown man and woman.
God. I mean,
Khan,
our
let's
women
get
are so out of order, man. It's crazy. You know what I
Khan.
mean?
Yeah, that's just, man. I pray, Lord be with that familia, carnal. Lord be with them, man, and may they get justice, man. And may that devil die, man. I pray that devil, God puts that devil to death, man. Let him get the worst. Let him and his whole family of devils get the worst plague the Lord has for him, man. For that evil that he did, man. That poor daughter, man. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Like, if I could, the entitlement, you know, of that devil. He felt entitled. You know, this
Right.
is a whole nother man's child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ex woman. You know, they're celebrating amongst, you know, La Raza, and you come
Right.
in, a damn oppressor, come
Not
into the
even invited.
party, thinking you're gonna shut some shit down and kill the man that you feel is a threat.
They just want to
Probably
disobey.
wasn't a threat at all. The brother probably wasn't a threat. You know, the brother drinking. You know, he's feeling good. He's enjoying himself. You know, he sees you coming in barking orders. You know, the brother drinking. You know, he's feeling good. He's enjoying himself. You know, he sees you coming in barking orders. You know, and like I said, the brother just took him out like that. I mean, the oppressor took him out like that. You know,
Right. And the sad part is I believe that daughter heard everything, seen everything too. You know what I mean? So that daughter's gonna be traumatized for the rest of her life, man.
Khan.
He didn't just take one life, he took two.
Khan.
And I just hope that daughter, man, wakes up and sees that these Edomites, man, they are the damn devil the Bible speaks of, man.
brother drinking. You know, he's feeling good.
Khan. Like I said, let that be a lesson, man. Stick with that black and brown man and woman, man. Them oppressors is not, it, man. You're not getting some kind of upgrade when you date an oppressor. You're getting worse, man. All that you gotta endure because you think, you want to hate your own people, man. That's internalized racism. That's indigenous erasure, man. Interracial relationships, that's indigenous erasure. Just so y'all know.
Really?
But let's get the next story, carnales.
So what we got next?
What we got up in there, Brock Yalla. There was a similar situation you said in Peru, right? Oh, we mentioned it, right?
So like that wasn't in Peru, that was in my zone. He was the Peruvian though.
Khan, you got the story?
You would have to open it in the chat.
Khan, I'm trying to get the chat.
Open it with Google Chrome so you could translate it.
Oh, okay, Khan.
It's in French.
You know what? Let's talk about Newsom real quick.
But let me just give a background to that story about the brother. Basically, like I was saying, the brother who him as well. I heard. Here in Nevada, you heard the howl at the moon. No sweat. That's because I'm a wolf. But hey, that brother basically in my zone, he also is married to a devil. And he was in a bar, and apparently he was arguing with 3 other devils. But the zone that he's in is the city of Terrebonne. That city is known to be ran by the Hells Angels, by the bikers, right? It's not like my city, where my city is multicultural. That city is mostly like, let me just say that it's devilish. It's a lot. I pray you understand. So basically, he was at a bar, and he got into an argument and apparently an altercation, and he was roofied, apparently, and then he just vanished off the face of the earth until last week when they just found his body in the river.
Where they found his body? In the river? Goddamn.
In the river. And this is just listen. We just covered that topic. Listen, we need to separate from these nations, gather together, and stop marrying outside our race, because this is what happens. You understand? I'm not saying it's necessarily related to his woman, but it's definitely related to her people.
Right.
Understand? If he was not in a place where he stands out as a minority, that would have never happened, because he wouldn't know to stay away from these people. You understand?
I see the story right here.
Right. You got it, everyone?
Let me see if I can translate it.
If you open it with Google Chrome, you can. If not, it's Tawab.
Oh, no, I got it right here. Just taking a minute to load. Oh, come on, you bastard. Oh, come on.
One second. I think I got it, other one. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, Connor, you can share it on the.
So I could read it, but I can't share it because on the YouTube I'm sharing from my phone.
Come on, you bastard.
One second.
I don't think they don't want the information to get out. That's what it is.
No sweat. I could read it. We don't have to share it. I could read it.
Go ahead, read it out. Just let me share the picture on the screen.
Right. If you could get the picture of the brother.
Yeah, Con, I got it right here.
You know, Eduardo Malpica.
All right, one second.
Put his name in the chat.
All right, there you go. Got the picture right up. Whenever you got it.
Okay. So basically it says Eduardo Malpica's body found 6 months later. The body
6 months later.
All right. Is it me? Okay, we can't hear you on the TikTok no more, I don't want.
Salakia.
No, sir. I'm gonna just read the article. So the body of Eduardo Malpica was found in the St. Lawrence River in the Quebec area.
Salakia Brachiel, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
On the TikTok?
Kawakan, we hear you on TikTok.
All right, most high in Christ. All right.
So the body of the 44-year-old Trifluvian, missing since November 26, 2022, was seen by Coast Guard agents in Bhopal Bay on the evening on May 31st.
God. So how long?
That was 6 months ago.
So he's missing 6 months. They barely find him now. Good night, man. This poor brother, man. Go ahead, Brock Yalla.
Kawakan. After being recovered, the man's body was identified by Sûreté du Québec, major crimes investigator, through a preliminary search of his clothing. However, it was a forensics report that confirmed the identity of the victim. This also allowed the investigators to dismiss the criminal thesis since the body showed no trace of violence, reports Trois-Rivières police in the press release.
So there was no trace of violence? Or is that just what they claim?
That's what they claim, because if there's no trace of violence, they can't say it was an altercation between him and the devils.
So what does that mean, no trace of violence? So what, like no bruising on, you know what I mean? That's when they use terms like that, you know?
Right. That's basically what it means. There's no bruising. There's no, trace of him ever being in a fight or physical altercation whatsoever. So they can't prove that there was foul play in any type of way.
He's been dead 6 months, and you're thinking you're gonna be able to tell.
Right. And the thing out of one is that not only he's been dead for 6 months, right, in the winter where the cold will preserve his body, right, but also the bar owner came out and said, I was roofied as well, so I believe that he was roofied just like we were.
Good night, man.
This is the article. So he reads, the file will therefore be forwarded to the coroner's office for an inquest to determine the causes and circumstances of death. Recall that more than 6 months had passed since the disappearance of the father of the family on November 26, 2022, after an outing to the Zenob coffee bar in downtown Trois-Rivières. Yeah, they're not mentioning that, there was he was potentially roofied. That's in another article. But basically, the bar owner said, yeah, the brother was roofie just like we were.
What does roofie even mean?
Drug doc.
Roofie is it's another term that they use for like GHB put in your drinks. They basically spiked his drink.
You ever heard of the date rape jug?
Basically.
I know you ever heard of that,
Yeah,
IR.
so basically they poisoned the brother, and that's why he ended up in the river.
Con. I mean, what more? What more proof you need that these people are have a bloodlust to unalive you, Raza? You know what I mean, IR? Like it's like what more proof you need, man? It's poor carnal, man. His family barely finding him now, man. And I'm pretty sure there was foul play and there was violence. They probably beat the brother senseless. Who knows what they did to him, man? You're gonna say there's no evidence of violence because the body's been dead for over 6 months. It's probably already, like discolored, decomposed.
And Salakia one. You know what's crazy? The thing is that he was found in the river. Like we know, like the water will affect the composition of a corpse. And not only that, if it is to be confirmed that he was roofied, there will not be a trace of any types of substance in his blood after 6 months.
Con. That is wild, man.
Kind of a con. And again, that city where he's at is majorly devils over there. You're barely going to see Raza over there. Outside of my city, it is not multicultural in Quebec. And the province of Quebec is the most racist province throughout Canada.
Good night.
You want to walk surrounded by devils. It's racist province throughout Canada.
We get killed for dating these devils. Then we get killed for trying to love these devils. So it don't matter what we do. You know what I mean? These devils are gonna get you one way or the other, man. You can't love your oppressor, man, for nothing.
Con.
Because I'm pretty sure that this brother was, love these Edomites, trying to be these Edomites. You know what I mean? And the Edomites basically took full advantage of that shit and killed him.
Let me say this, IR, if I could. But y'all want to worry about what niggas online say, right? About what some cats, online talk about they the real Aboriginal, this and that. Meanwhile, this brother right here goes and this ends up unalived. You know what I mean? This is indigenous erasure, man. This the erasure that I see none of y'all focus on, man. Salakia.
That's crazy. It's like we can't even go to a bar to enjoy a drink. Like we're in danger everywhere we go.
Not because we're slaves.
We gotta use more wisdom, man. We can't be pulling up to a white bar.
Right. But you can thank for that, IR.
What's that, everyone?
You can thank the Christian church. You can thank God loves everybody. We're all one under God. Best believe the devils that unalived him were Christian. Are Christian. You know what I mean?
They probably went to church the very next day.
Crazy, man. What's his name again? His name is what? Eduardo Malpica. Well, let me say justice for Eduardo Malpica, man. Justice for him, man. Justicia para Eduardo Malpica. And may his family get that justice, man. Lord be with him.
If I could, sir, that's why the oppressor pushes MLK, holding hands with the oppressor and everything. And
right.
Our people are indoctrinated by it. And we grow up and it's in our schools, it's in our education, our curriculum, and we're told to want equality, when we'll never have equality. There'll never be equal. How do you be equal with your captors? how do you be equal with your captors? We're in captivity. We were conquered. How do you be equal with that person? How do you say I want to hold hands with you and love you to the person
Right.
under oppression? That doesn't have any logic to me. That don't make no sense.
Right. If I could, Nataza, we had a sister, man, come up to us at our camp speaking on Saturday, right? And her exact words were, "This is why you're the reason why people don't come close to God, because of y'all," right? Then she said, "God hates white people." Like, she was in disbelief to think that God hates white people.
You blame the Christian church for that.
You know, of course, the brother Officer Tabawan, like, brought out the scriptures, right? But here's the heavy point to it. Nobody ever asked why God hates them. Nobody ever asked why we speak the way we speak. Nobody ever asked why we're angry. This is why. This is why God hates white people. Because of Eduardo Malpica, because of the brother in Houston, because of the lies that y'all say about, oh, who are we going to give the land back to? We don't know who to give it back to. Oh, the Comanches were oppressing the Apache. The Aztecs were oppressing the Mexica. Oh, Native Americans were not unified as one. We conquered the land. We didn't steal it. That's why God hates you. Because the evil that y'all do to people, man.
Right.
Because of the horrible things y'all do. We don't have to get into the story today. We can save this for another night. We can save it for next week. But let me say this about what's going on in California, right, where I'm from. Right now, Governor DeSantis, right, is shipping migrants, right, to California by the busload, right? Probably splitting up families and bringing them over here to California. And Governor Newsom is saying for him to be charged with kidnapping, right? Because he probably split up families and is using us as a prop. Human beings, people, as political props to prove your point for a goddamn vote, man. That's why God hates you. Because of your actions, right? I'm not judging you by the color of your skin. It's by the contents of your character, hombre blanco, gringo. It's the evil that you do, man. That's why he hates you. And that's why we hate you. I have a right to hate my oppressor, man. I have a right to hate the enemy of my people. Y'all had no problem hating Osama bin Laden. Y'all had no problem hating the Japanese, hating the Germans, hating the Al Qaeda and ISIS and all these groups that come against America. Y'all got no problem hating them. You don't preach that love is love garbage to them. But when it comes to us, and when we talk about the evil y'all do, y'all say that to us because you don't respect us. Because you hate us. Give myself a hand.
Salakia one. You said that sister couldn't believe that the Most High hate these oppressors, but what's so hard to believe?
Best believe he hates them.
Best believe it, because listen, he committed genocide throughout the face of the earth with the humans,
right?
With animals, with the air, with the plants, the water. Like, he damn near killed the whole planet Earth. So why would the Most High not despise them? Like, they're fucking up the Most High's creation and the apple of his eye. And you think God is gonna love you? Like, who do you think you are to just dictate God's feelings? You understand? It's like they're so proud of themselves. You understand? It's like they think, okay, you see, that's saying that they're above the law. They really think they literally think that they are above all the laws, whether it's their law or the Most High's laws.
Con.
So they're able to say, well, we could commit genocide against the Native American Indians, but God loves everybody.
Right.
We could unalive Eduardo Malpica, but God loves everybody.
Right.
We could, we could shoot black and brown people in the street like they're damn dogs, whether we're police officers or not. But God loves everybody.
Right.
We could put everybody in chains and take away their language, their culture, their heritage. Understand? Divide the tribes and divide the families. At the end of the day, we're all going to heaven because God loves everybody.
Right.
And this is who we decide to love. Instead of our own people, the chosen people of the Most High, we decide to love a bastard that say, well, I will slaughter your whole family. You understand? But you have to forgive me. Why? Because I said so. I apologize, but I'm not sincere. But you have to accept the apology. Why? Because I'm the boss. I run shit around here. And you can pray to God all you want, but God forgave me.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Understand? Like we're begging for the compassion, acceptance of a devil that would hang a black, brown, or Native Indian woman by the feet, slit her belly open, snatch the baby out of her belly and smash it against the rocks, or use it as gator bait. This is who we want to join. This is who we want to join. If that is not Stockholm syndrome, I don't know what is. You understand? I don't know. We'll let these devils take over everything and be like, listen, we're so used to them just taking over everything from us that they could take our culture. They could take our music. They could take our women. They could take our children. And we'll say, well, they're not all that bad. And God loves everybody. God forgives. You understand? But this is not Saint Row where you forgive and forget. Listen, this is not a game. If God forgives, you understand, then Hitler's not a bad man.
Oh man, don't say that, Rakyala.
Salakia. Let me switch it up. If God forgives, then Saddam Hussein should not have been hanged.
Right.
If God forgives, why did they want to shoot Bin Laden in the head? I thought God loved everybody. I guess God loved everybody only when they feel like it. Only when it applies to them that God loves everybody. And that's the people we want to follow. That's the people we want to join. That's the people we want to show love to instead of our own people. That's the people we put on a pedestal. Why? Because God loves everybody. So we must love them. You understand? God said, don't hate. So we cannot hate our oppressor.
That's what, if I could, Rakyala. That's also what the sister said. God doesn't hate. And the brother pulled out Romans 9:13. Of course, when he was pulling it out, she ran away. Like that's the whole life. Y'all think God is a God of all love, not realize God hates.
Yes, and the hate that the Most High has for our oppressor is the love that He has for us. So that hate is love. That's what you don't understand. David said, "Whatever the Most High hates, I hate with a perfect hatred." That hatred is perfect. Like, you think God would just do something evil? You understand? Listen, the scripture says, don't lean into your own understanding. Don't get into your own feelings and think you know everything. The Most High said, listen, I don't like them. Why would you? Why would you force the Most High to like you? Like, the Most High is the last person, you understand, you could ever force to do anything. Like, imagine trying to force God to accept you. Imagine trying to force God to like you. He said he despises you, and he said, no, you have to like me. Like, this is how proud our oppressor is.
Right. What's the Bible say? The pride of our heart had deceived thee.
Good night.
That's how you know. That's how you know. This talk about them, huh? They're the nation that eat them. They're the nation with no mercy. They fit it, man. They're the profane fornicator. You know what I mean? They're the murderer from the beginning. This is them, man. So I mean, we're just telling you what the Bible says, and that's how you know we serve a righteous God, because He hates y'all for the evil y'all do.
Right. The Most High don't care about your skin color. You could have been the green man, as far as we know. The Most High would have hated green people.
Right. Right. God.
Listen, just like you say, the pride of thine heart deceived thee. Listen, when Christ cracks the sky open with the angels, y'all are gonna understand, right? A lot of y'all are gonna understand that your pride deceived you, right? When you say, Justin Trudeau and the Roman Catholic Church said we don't have enough money to give clean water to the Native Indians in Canada. Justin Trudeau said the Native in Canada, just vote for me.
Excuse me, Carnalis. I'll be right back. Go ahead, get it in, Brock Ellis.
You understand? They said, they don't have enough money to provide to us. Like, they cannot fix the ghettos. They cannot do anything about the drug wars, whatever the case is. Yeah, they can send billions of dollars to Ukraine. How does that make any remote sense? You understand? And then we don't want to admit, like, we're so indoctrinated that we still in 2023 can't see and admit that your oppressor, los pinche gringos son pinche diablos que habla la Biblia. They're the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? This is not a personal feeling, eh? That you look at the actions of all the nations on the face of the earth. Listen, the Arabs, they need to be held accountable too. But they didn't commit genocide across the face of the earth. You understand? They didn't give, like, we don't have Arab names, as far as I know. We need to hold them accountable too, but the worst of the worst is the oppressor of all oppressors. That's what we need to understand. Like, why would we love someone who oppresses everybody? Like,
I think it's fear.
Make it make sense.
I think it's fear, other one. I mean, we fear the white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if, for example, like Mexico. You know what I mean? We're so quick to kill our own raza. You know what I mean? We're so quick to. I mean, even here, you know what I mean? You go to a club and a brother accidentally steps on your shoe and you're ready to take his life. You know what I'm saying? I seen this video where these two sodomites, Edomites, they were driving through Mexico, and these cartel guys pull up next to them with rifles. They all get out of the car, they all pull rifles at them. But as soon as they saw that they were Edomites and Sodomites, the compassion that these sicarios, which means like hitmen, the compassion that he had for these Edomites was hard to believe, man. It disturbed me. You know what I mean? These sicarios went out of the way and pat them in their back. Like it was disgusting to watch, man. But if it was a brown man, they would have been gone, taken out immediately. But just for the fact that these are gringos and the fear that we got for these devils, we won't touch them.
Right. Salaki Ayar. You know what's crazy though? It's powerful, you said, because even in our hoods where we grow up, right? The first person we have on the list to rob is the one who looks just like us. You understand? Most of the crimes that we commit, we're going to commit in our backyard. We're not going to go Beverly Hills. We're not going to go Westmount. And let me just clarify something before anyone takes it out of context. The ISPK do not condone any type of criminal activity. We're just trying to put some context, you understand, into what the brother just brought out. We're ready to harm our own before our enemies. You understand? Like, listen. Why don't you just go like to the criminals out there? Why would you just rob your own people? Like, how does that make sense? You're gonna rob from someone who lives in the ghetto, who's broke as fuck, and think you're gonna make bank?
Right.
This is another reason why even the Commander General Yohana keeps saying, we're not supposed to be criminals. We're the dumbest criminals ever. Like we
Right.
just go
Yeah,
and
we
rob
are
from
the
poor
dumbest
people.
criminals ever.
Like how does it make sense to go and rob from poor people?
It's because it's because they know that nobody backs up. Because I'm pretty sure those poor people you're talking about, other one, are the Israelites, or the Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, and these poor people, the world don't like these poor people. These poor people that you're talking about are victims. You know what I'm saying? These poor people that you're talking about, nobody has their back. These are those poor people are easy licks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we rob those people. That's why we think it's easy to rob a paletero. That's why it's so convenient for us to go gangbang and look for somebody that looks just like you. That's why we do it. Because the world hates us. Because the world don't have we don't have nobody's gonna back our plate. Nobody has our back.
Con.
America doesn't have our back. Mexico don't have the Mexicans back. That's why for us we'll be like, well, shit, man. The world hates this brown man. Well, let me rob him. Let me kill him. I could probably get away with it. But try to do that to another nation, man.
Right. I mean, listen.
If I could, real quick, Brachyala, IR, who got the Raza's back now, though?
ISBK got some Raza's back.
That's right.
I got the Raza's back.
That's right.
You
know what I mean? Shit. We got the Raza's back, man. The ISUBK under Commander Yohana, and that's why we out here doing this job, man. So like Brachyala, go ahead.
No, Salaki. I was just gonna say, you understand?
Who that could? Yeah,
Kawakad. I'm just gonna say, Salaki. That's what we need to stick together. You understand? Look out for each other. Outside the ISPK, listen. Again, y'all are the dumbest criminals ever. Y'all out here robbing poor people, thinking you're gonna make bank. We're not saying go ahead and rob rich people. Just don't rob at all. Don't even be a criminal. You understand? Like, ask yourself, why do we fill up all the jail cells?
Right.
Of course, a lot of us are in there, like, not guilty, because we're being racial profiled and such and such. But what about those who are guilty? Listen, you're gonna commit a crime, come right back out and go right back in for the same crime or for something even dumber than what you went in for in the first place. We're not good criminals. That's why I think it's 2023. We should realize, like, the criminal career is not a right path for us.
Right.
Listen, you go to jail because you're selling dope, you're selling stolen goods, whatever. Why don't you sell like legal merchandise? You're selling foods. Go sell real food instead of selling foods. For those who know what I'm talking about, you understand? It's that simple. If you can't flip a brick, I think you can flip a burger. It's that easy. Listen. Anyways, don't make it seem like you don't want to be broke. You don't want to struggle. You're born in the struggle. Understand? You're born in the struggle, and with the struggle, when you're in the UPK, you understand that a brother is born in adversity, right? Meaning, listen, someone's gonna have your back. As long as you follow the statutes and commands of the Most High and you gather together with your people, someone's gonna have your back. You understand? And if you're in the UPK, listen, I gotta say, it's self-explanatory. Outside the UPK, there is no brotherhood. There is nothing but death outside the UPK. You understand? It is what it is. It is that simple, right?
Salakia.
It's been going for 2 hours.
Yeah, God. we'll just get one last one. I know IR wanted to bring this out, and we'll touch on this, and then we'll close out the show. Go ahead, IR. Talk about what you wanted to talk about, Carnal.
There's just a couple of things that I want. I don't know. What was it? The American Cholo?
Kyle, we can talk about that most definitely.
Well, I don't know what you were talking about. I don't want.
The WAC 100. We can talk about WAC 100 American Cholo.
It's kind of a long story. I don't want. You know what I mean? We could probably say that for another day.
Okay, Kyle, we can say. Let me just say this real quick. Go over it like quickly. That situation with WAC 100 and American Cholo, right? Just shows you, right, what lack of brotherhood looks like, right? It shows you what being Uncle Tom is. It shows you what, being petty is and not wanting to take accountability, right? I mean, the situation's been out for a while now, so I'm sure everyone like already kind of has an idea what's going down, right? But WAC 100 says some things right about the Raza, and he's doing all this right now to not admit that he's wrong for what he said, to not admit that he was out of line for what he said to that sister, right? And then talked about, American Cholo and how he's racist and how, he has love for the sister because he went and paid her money. He was saying all types of things, IR, about everyone else, right? None of that, all of that is irrelevant. We had the recordings of what you said.
You're right.
What you told her to her face on the Clubhouse app. Just admit, just say you hate the Raza. Why are you acting like, why are you trying to run away? And then you go show up to people's houses, man. Cause you got, cause you got called out. Like if you were trying to avoid from looking guilty, you did a horrible job. You made yourself look worse doing that, man. Call yourself going to people's houses and shit, man. Good night. I mean, this is what you should do, WAC. You should apologize for what you said, and before you apologize to the Raza, when you apologize to the Raza, right? Apologize to the ISUPK for your evil statements you made against us, right? For the way you came at Captain Kataza and Captain Tazariak, all them brothers, right? And the way you were all that shit you were talking about us, you should apologize, right? For disrespecting priests of the Lord. And this is why you're in the jam you're in right now, because you mess with the Lord's anointed. Now God is exposing you for the hypocrite that you are. You came at the UPK because, we talk about you love everybody, but then you expose yourself for hating Raza. You expose yourself for you know what I mean? For being the racist that you hate, you claim to hate.
Yeah, multiple times. It wasn't then just having once. It keeps on happening. He constantly proving that he hates that one time. He's constantly showing that he hates blacks. I mean, all he does for a living is, he just be clowning blacks and Hispanics all day long. I mean, he acts worse than the oppressor.
Right. Well, he's of his father, the devil. IR.
Black 100 had the balls to go to American Cholo's house when he's out in there. His wife was there. His kids are probably there. You know what I mean? WAC 100 went live on Clubhouse and go knock that American Cholo talking about, I'm about to pull up on you. I mean, like WAC 100 is lucky the fact that American Cholo wasn't there, because you go to any black man, brown man's house with that type of energy, talking all that shit. I mean, you're going to get killed. You don't walk up to no man's house talking about, I'm about to pull up on you. You know what I mean? WAC 100 is lucky that American Cholo didn't pull his gun out and smoked his ass. You know what I'm saying? But even after the fact that happened, I think American Cholo went live tonight and said that he forgives all those people that's trying to take him down, man. The thing is that Raza hates Raza. Mexicans hate to see a strong brown man speak up on some real shit. They hate that. They want to do whatever they can for that not to happen. And
God.
and Whack is the same way. Whack is doing whatever he can to stop the American Cholo from speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? What American Cholo? He's not an active gang member. I mean, he let all that left all that shit alone. You know what I mean? Whack knows that fucking American Cholo ain't gonna pull out some gangster shit. But you pull up to any man's house with that bullshit, knocking on somebody's door, any man will fucking take your life, man, because you're putting the family in danger. He didn't. This guy was telling everybody on live where American Cholo lives at, where his family stay at. Because when he does his show, he does his shows at his house. So you're putting his whole family in danger, man. You know what I'm saying? White 100 has no brotherhood at all.
Oh, and over what, IR? This the heavy part. Over what? Because you got exposed? Because he called you out and exposed you? That's why? That's why. That's all American Cholo did. Because he didn't want to stay on the phone with you and continue and fall for your game, for your content. You felt the need to go to somebody's house, man. Good night. That you know what I mean? You mess with the Lord's anointed, man. God gonna have something special for you. That's all I could say, man. You know, and Whack 100, man. You are of your father, the devil. It's obvious who you love and who you side with because I've heard the shows where you had them Jewish. You know, I don't know if they're your managers or your bosses or whoever, but they're on this show with them, and you see how he's like Steven with what you know in Django. You know, for them, he shows out for them. You know what I mean? But that comes to show you who he loves and who he sides with. He sides with the oppressor, man. Anybody who says they love everybody or they fuck with everybody really means is they love white people and fuck with white people. And you know, this you know, don't be surprised as he's an agent. You know, of course he's the Satan probably put him out there, you know, to cause, you know, black and brown to be at beef with each other, you know, to hinder our work. It won't happen. You'll never be able to hinder the Lord's work. But what the point is that you're a tactic that, you know, is used to create a stumbling block for black and brown, you know. Let me say this, man. Because I see a lot of this online, right? People will pull situations with Whack 100, will pull situations with the street vendors getting assaulted, will pull situations, right, of Judites being racist towards Raza, right? And use that to say, oh, why should we, man, we ain't never gonna have black and brown unity. Black people are enemies, this and that. How can you have unity with black people when they're assaulting our street vendors, this and that? My response is this, man. When in the hell does black and brown unity equate to joining hands with the people who assault street vendors? How in the hell you think I'm talking about black and brown unite or die? That means you go up to Whack and beg for his love. Know what I mean? Why would I tell you? Why would I say let's go unite with the people that hate us? Come on now, man. That's what kills me, Brock Yala. That's what kills me, IR, is the things people say online, right? You know what I mean? Go ahead, Ak.
Real quick. Even Wack, he say, you know, there can never be a such thing as black and brown unity because, you know, we have a long history of beef. But as far as I know, we have more than 500 years history of beef with Caucasian people. Yet you love
you unite with them. Can't go ahead, Salakia.
No, that was pretty much it. One. We have like 500 years plus of beef with the Caucasian race. Yet you want to unite and love them, show them all you love and hate Raza. So make it make sense.
Khan, make that make sense. Like I don't know where these clowns come from. You know what I mean? Like, let me say, it's always the people doing the least that say the most. You know? oh, we can't have black and brown unity because the street vendors, blah blah blah. When am I telling you to go hold hands with the person that assaults the street vendor? He don't want to unite with Raza. Them cats that go harm the street vendors, Whack 100, Tariq Nasheed, FBA, they don't want to unite with us. Why would you think that I'm telling you to go unite with them? You know? But what I am saying is to go unite with the black or brown brother that wants to unite with the Raza.
Right.
By your logic, you're saying we can't unite with people because of the evil they do, right? They assault street vendors. So you mean to tell me that brown unity equates to us having to unite with with the child molesters in our community? Your tío that molest your cousins and whatnot. Oh, go unite with him because he's Raza. Man, y'all need to make that make sense, man. Unity, you unite with the people that want to unite with you. We're not Christians, man. We're not gonna go beg the people that hate us to go come love us. You know what I mean?
We're not the purple police.
Right. We're not the purple police, man. We're not the purple, you know what? You know? And the same thing with you know, for indigenous people too, man. Like, we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, and we would never tell y'all to go unite with the Aboriginal movement or go unite with anyone that hates indigenous people, man. In here in the ISUPK, we have brotherhood and sisterhood, and we don't want everybody in here. We want the people that want to rock with us to be in here. We want the people that truly want to serve the Most High and serve Christ in here, man.
Right.
And it's like, it's not what we want, right? So like, we just do our job. We fish. It's what Christ wants, man. Right? What the scriptures say, for I did not choose, you did not choose me, but I chose you. Christ chose you to come in here. You got the understanding, and that's why you're in here, man. But that's the whole point I want to say before we close out. Black and brown unity does not equate to uniting with people who hate Raza, with people who hate black people, with people who hate indigenous people. That's not what that means, man. And y'all need to stop with that nonsense. Salakia.
Hey, no, sorry. Well, I'm just gonna say this. As usual, nunca olvides, el hombre blanco es un pinche diablo.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta give a hand to that. You know what I mean? Any other carnales want to get their last words in, man, before we close out?
Khan Adawan Khan, I just want to say, you know, La Raza, Israel, we need to wake up and, you know, start realizing that these Edomites, the oppressors, you know, whether they're Caucasians, you know, Africans, East Indians, Arabs, you know, anyone that's not Black, Hispanic, so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, when you start realizing that they prefer themselves over you, hopefully you start to prefer yourselves over them. That's what I want to say.
That's right.
That's right. Hey, shalom, sis. Justice for Eduardo Malpica, man. And
Right.
the other brother, man, for what's his name? This brother right here. Got to say his name too, man. Tobias. His last name was Tobias. The father, man. You know.
Khan.
Justice for him. Justice for, you know, I'll you know, also called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that have died at the hands of these oppressors, man. That have died unjustly, man. And Lord be with their families, man, for what they suffered. But with that, man, that's tonight's show. You know what I mean? We do this every Monday night, La Pura Neta. We're right here, man. We're going to keep bringing these issues out, and we're going to keep speaking on them, man. With that, man, anybody else? IR, you want to drop anything, carnal?
No, that's pretty much it, man. I just want to say real quick, man, you're not gonna find no brotherhood anywhere else, man. The streets don't love nobody. You know what I mean? You're not gonna find love out in the streets, man. I mean, the only love that you could find is in the ISUBK.
That's
you know
right.
I mean? So that's all I have to say, everyone.
Most High in Christ, carnal. Well, with that, man, we about to close out. Anything else, man? Ya sabes, el hombre blanco es el diablo que dice la Santa Biblia. Y ya sabes, aquí estamos cada lunes a las 9:30, a las 9 o a las 8:30. Vamos a empezar y aquí vamos a estar 8:30 until, man, we, Lord allow, gonna get the show started, man. We got the call-in number. We're on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. You know where to reach us if you want to, present your case. You want to ask a question. You want to give your opinion on the matter. We here, man. We here to hit. We got our ears open. So tune in. Don't act shy now, man. You know where we at. Go ahead, Doc.
Don't forget to go on isupk.com and pay your tithes.
Damn right.
That said, diablo que habla la Biblia. Shalom, Raza.
Con eso, Shalom, Israel. And in the words of my carnal, Yashakar, órale.
Órale.